Hi everyone, welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to show you how I make a card using one of my new fairy stamps that I got from my friend Dessa. So let's get started. I'm showing you some stamps. They're on wood blocks and they are some stamps that a good friend of mine gave me. They used to belong to her grandmother, I believe. And she was kind enough to pass these down to me, so I'm pretty excited. I've been sitting in a garage for a very long time, and they needed to be cleaned off and revitalized a bit, but they came out absolutely beautiful. The first thing I needed to do was to decide which medium I wanted to work with. And I decided to use alcohol markers, and then I had to choose the correct ink to stamp the image so that it didn't bleed. And finally I had to choose a good quality paper, and I chose Accent Opaque 80-pound paper. Because it's sitting on a wood block, I'm only going to get one chance to do this. So I'm trying my best to try and center it as best I can. And ultimately, it's a sheet of paper, so it's not going to be the end of the world if it messes up. What I'm doing here is taking a rubber eraser to condition my stamp so I get a good impression. I condition it because it's never been used, so hopefully the ink adheres better. When you're stamping, try to leave the stamp on the paper for just a few seconds to try and have the ink soak through a little bit to get the best impression possible. I tried to get it as centered as I could, but it was crooked. So I knew that going in, and I could just as easily cut it around the perimeter, but I was doing the CPR method to try and push it down as best I could to get it as even as I could. It happens every time. So okay, nobody's going to be the wiser except for you guys. So we're going to try the back. So I'm putting my considerable weight on it this time to see if hopefully it stamps correctly. And go figure, it was centered. Here I'm using the stamp cleaner I made, which is just water and baby shampoo. And as you can see, it works great. Here I'm using a stamp cleaner that is just a little bit oily, and that's exactly what I want because it'll condition the stamp a little bit. So we're done with that, and now we're ready to start coloring. I like to start off with doing the face and all the skin tones. So I'll be doing the face and the arms and the legs in these 4 colors, and I like to start off with my lightest color to moisten the paper, and then I'll go to my darkest color to do the shading. I noticed that some of the lines didn't completely stamp, and so I wanted to fill them in with one of my micron pens. Next, I'm going to my second darkest color and kind of blending those two colors together. And then finally go back with my lightest color to just smooth everything over again. Okay, now that the skin tones are done, I'm going to continue on with the hair. And these are the colors I'm working with. These markers are awesome because they have this tip that allows you, it requires a little bit of technique, but you are able to get a very fine line if you want it. And the only thing that angers me about these markers is that they are pricey, and occasionally they'll dry out for no reason at all. I don't use them that frequently, and they'll be dried. And I keep them stored very well. I don't understand it. Here I'm trying to pick out just the right colors to for what I'm looking for. So I'm just testing markers. So for the bee, I'm using the lighter colors to color them in, and then the darker colors to start gradually shading. Now I've had these Spectrum Noir markers for years, probably some before I even had the Copic markers, and they're still just as juicy as when I first got them. So I don't understand why the Copic markers are drying out on me. Now I'm going to let you enjoy the coloring, and I'll come back when it's time to put the card together. All those who leave a comment will be entered into a drawing to win this card. The winner will be notified in next week's video. And please watch till the end where I show you several of my completed cards. I don't know if you noticed, but right here, there's a lot of ink came out of the marker. sometimes the marker is too full with ink, and there's a lot of pressure inside that marker that pushes the ink out of one end, and when there's too much pressure, that forces too much ink out. So what you have to do to remedy that situation is to pull the cap off the other end of the marker, and that way it disperses the pressure evenly throughout the marker. So to fix that, I use the 0 marker, which just pushes the ink back into where you want it to go. If you're liking this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I release a new video. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was out of frame, but I'll be correcting that shortly. I wanted a little bit of glitter on the wings, but I hadn't used this marker in a long time, so I was really struggling with it, but it did eventually work and it looked beautiful. Okay, I'm thinking that I can use this panel that I had previously embossed. What I do is cut, if I want to emboss or if I have some colored or textured cardstock, I cut it into typically an A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And then I have them in, I don't know if you could see in it, a little basket that I found thrifting, and it was perfect because it was just the right width and a perfect length for what I needed. And I keep it segmented. I have white, 80 pound, I have solid colors, and then I have textured or print in the back. I don't know if you could see it, but yeah, so just at the ready for whenever I need to make a card, and then I don't have to deal with cutting it to size and all of that. So I have this, and I'm thinking that it might go well with the colors that I chose for the card, and just to kind of pull out those colors. And I think that this would be a little bit too wide, so I'm going to cut just a portion of it. And that way, if it wasn't exactly placed correctly on the card, I can do it now. So I'm just cutting it to size here. What I really love about making cards is that I will send them to different people I feel inspired to send them to, and whether they're young, old, or anywhere in between, the response is always the same. They love them. I can't tell you how many people have told me how much they really appreciated receiving one of my cards in the mail. Because I think the art of handwriting a card has been lost to time, and people really appreciate receiving a card in the mail, a physical card, rather than an email or a text. And it just shows somebody that you're thinking about them, that you really appreciate them, and whatever it is that you want to tell them. And I got this, I thought I would save money on this tape. It's not the Scotch brand, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend it because it is just so, it doesn't have very good sticking. And so when I use it, I'm just trying to use it up, basically, because I need to purchase real Scotch one, because it just lifts up. It lifts anytime I'm trying to use it. I'll go back to my cards and they're lifted, and they're just sitting in my box of cards, but it's just lifted. So essentially I'm having to use glue anyway, because this just isn't cutting it. And my glue is almost out. I need to order a new bottle of this. So yeah, I'm just trying to use up this bad tape because it just doesn't work. Sadly, I was thinking I could save a few dollars on that, but nope. Would not recommend that one. When a little bit of glue swishes out, I like to use this Xyron erasers, because what they do is they pull all the stickiness off your project. So it's not really a rubber eraser, it's just a piece of rubber, I think, specialized rubber, and it just pulls up anything that may be sticky, and you see it's not there anymore. And I love it. I've got an old one and a new one, and I've got one put aside. Now I think I got this one at the Dollar Tree because it's a little bit different. This one is really firm, and this one is a little bit more, but I think it works just as well. So yeah, and I got that one at the Dollar Tree. I paid a few dollars more for that. And then I got it all sticky because I tried to use it to make my own stamps, and yeah, it's been forever sticky anyway. But it does the job, it pulls off the stickiness, and it works great. So now I'm going to repeat the process because this one just does not work. It's so frustrating. But I'm not going to throw it out. I already paid for it, so use it up. And let's see, I don't want to fight using that. Let me try this one. Okay, so in here, in this really great little bottle that I got from, I think this one was from a company called Doris. And so I got this little bottle, and it works perfectly for what I have in here is the Dollar Tree glue. It comes in a little bottle, but the spout is big, so I like to have this for fine lines if I need to glue just small pieces of a piece of paper. It works perfectly for that, or if I just need to drop a dot of glue. And now I'm just going to put it right on there. And the nice thing, one of the upsides of having to use a liquid glue with the tape is that it gives you a little time to wiggle it around if you don't place it on your card perfectly even. You do have that little time to shift it around. And so here we have it. And what I can do, just to show you what else you can do with this, just to gild the lily a little bit, is there's a product called Glossy Accents, and this is an older bottle. And so what these do is that they stay, they dry bubbled up like that, and it will look like just little drops of dew.
Don't forget to comment for a chance to win this card.
Oh, I may be at my limit with the stamps that I have. I'm not planning on buying any more for the time being.
Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. And please come back and see me. Bye.
Hi everyone. Today I'm going to, Hi everyone. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to show you how I make a stamp card.
Stamp card.
A stamp card.